Hello everyone. So guys, in today's video, we will going to learn time value of money. This concept is very important from the professional courses point of view, especially in the subjects of accounts and financial management. So let's start to learn the concept of time value of money. Say guys, if you have $100 today, you have $100 today and you want to invest this $100 for 1 year at the rate 10% per annum. You have $100, you want to invest $100 for 1 year at the rate 10% per annum. So guys, end of year 1, how much amount are you going to fetch? So can I say you will fetch $110, 100 your principal amount and plus 10% for 1 year. So 100 plus 10% gives you 110. So the amount which you are investing today, is called as present value. Present value. Today you are standing and you know end of year 1 you will get 110. So this 110 becomes what? This becomes future value. Now, guys, if you have present value, you know for how long you want to invest in. You know the rate of interest. So from today, if you are calculating future value, this process is called as compounding. But from future value, if you calculate present value, from future value data, if you want to calculate present value, then this process is called as discounting. So how is present value calculated? Let us discuss that. So guys, recall your school days, 9th, 10th standard. In 9th, 10th standard, you must have studied a formula called FV is equal to P 1 plus R raised to N. Now what was FV? So where FV used to stand for future value. P used to be the principal amount. Principal amount means the amount you have today to invest in. So amount you have today is your present value. R is the rate of interest. And N is the number of years. So guys, if you twist this formula, if I tell you, you have future value, you have R, you have N. So if you twist the formula, you will get present value. So P is equal to future value into 1 divided by 1 plus R raised to N. I'm just twisting the formula. So guys, this 1 divided by 1 plus R raised to N help us to get what? This will help us to get the present value. So future value, if you multiply with 1 divided by 1 plus R raised to N, that will give you present value. So this 1 divided by 1 plus R raised to N is technically called as present value factor. Which can also be called as PVF. 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 Or it can also be called as discount rate. Discount rate, that is DR. DR doesn't stand for debit here. DR stands for discount rate. So to conclude, how do I get present value? Future value multiply with 1 divided by 1 plus R raised to n give you present value factor. This present value factor multiply with the future cash flows and you get your present value. So let's see few sums or examples to understand this. So let us come on example number 1. Say guys, the cash flows will come for 3 years. Year 1, year 2, year 3. Say end of year 1 cash flow will be 120. End of year 2 it will be 150. And end of year 3 say it will be 100. DR, as I said, it stands for discount rate. So DR is 10%. And how do I get the discount rate? The formula is 1. The formula is 1 divided by 1 plus R raised to n. So our R is 10%, so 1 plus 10% raised to n. That is 1 divided by 1.1 raised to n. So all of you take your calculator. Press 1 divided by 1.1 equal to, you get 0.909. Always 3 decimals or 4 decimals is advisable. For the second year, simply press equal to, you get 0.826. You get 0.826. And for the third year, again press equal to, you get 0.751. Now multiply future cash flows with the discount rate. You get the present value. I hope example number 1 is clear, all of you. So how do we interpret this? End of year 1 you will receive 120. So what is the present value of this 120 today? So present value of 120 today is 109.08. 150 you will receive end of year 2. So what is the present value of 150 as on today? So it is 123.9. So on so forth. Let us do example number 2. Say for example guys, here the cash flows is 90. Second year it is say 95. And then say it is 110. Discount rate is 12%. 12% matlab we know the formula is 1 upon 1 plus R raised to n. So this will become 1 plus 12% raised to n, which is equal to 1 divided by 1.12 raised to n. Take your calculators, all of you. Press on button. Now 1 divided by 1.12. 1 divided by 1.12. So you can see it is 0.89285. So we'll stop at 3 decimals. As you can see, the fourth decimal is 8, which is more than 5. So third decimal we will round it off to the higher side. So it becomes 0.893. Second year ke liye you will just simply press equal to. So if you see it is 0.79719. We'll stop our calculation end of third decimal. You can see the fourth decimal is 1, which is less than 5. So we'll Keep the answer as 0.797. थर्ड ईयर का डिस्काउंटिंग रेट 0.7117. As your fourth decimal is more than 5, we will round off the third decimal to the higher side. So it becomes 0.712. Now you have future cash flows. You have the discount rate. So how do I get the present value? Cash flows multiply with the discount rate. You get present value. You get present value. Guys, because the question is silent about the timing, we assume that transactions are taking place end of each year. In the real life as well as from exam point of view, if nothing is mentioned, we assume that transactions are taking place end of each year. Now, guys, this present value factor are classified into two. Present value factor PVF, present value annuity factor PVAF. Now, what is the difference between the two? Guys, when discount rate of each year is considered, discount rate of each year is called as PVF. And when you sum up, when you add discount rates for n years, say you are adding discount rates for 2 years, for 4 years. When you add the discount rates for n years, it is called as present value annuity factor. Now we all know the word annuity means the cash flows are constant over the years, whether it is inflows or outflows. If your cash flows are constant over the years, over the project life, then it is called as annuity. So guys, when can we use this PVAF ka concept? This concept can be used only and only when cash flows are same over the life of the project. So if cash flows are unequal, you don't have a choice, but you have to follow PVF. But if your cash flows are same over the years, over the life of the project, then you can use the concept of PVAF. How does this work? Let us understand. Example number 3. Say guys, cash flows for each year is 100. Cash flows for each year is 100. Please calculate the discount rate. The rate is 8%, so it is 1 divided by 1 plus r raised to n. That is 1 divided by 1 plus 8% raised to n. That is 1 divided by 1.08 raised to n. So on your calculator, 1 divided by 1.08 equal to, it is 0.9259. We'll stop our calculation end of third decimal. Third decimal pe we will stop. As your fourth decimal is greater than 5, so we'll round off the third decimal to the higher side. So 0.926. Press equal to again. It is 0.857. Press equal to 0.794. Now, 1 second. I'll just quickly write it again. 1 divided by 1.08, 0.926, 0.857, and third year is 0.794. Cash flows multiply with the discount rate. You get your present value. Now let us understand how does the PVAF ka concept works here. So let us add the discount rates for 3 years. So if you add the discount rate 0.926 plus 0.857 plus 0.794, it comes to 2.577. And if you add the present value column, it is 257.7. Now guys, what is this 0.926, 0.857, 0.794? These are the discount rates of each year. Each year का discount rate is called as present value factor. This is called as present value factor. And when you add discount rates for the 3 years, 3 years ka when you add the discount rate, it is 2.577. So what is this 2.577? This is your present value annuity factor. At what rate? 8%. And for how many years you have added this discount rates? You have added for 3 years. So you will write 8% 3 years. So whenever you see 2.577 as PVF 8% 3 years. So we understand 3 years ka discount rate at the rate 8% is added, and so we are getting 2.577. Now we know guys, when our cash flows are same over the life of the project. When our cash flows are same over the life of the project, then we can use the concept of PVAF. So let's see how does it work. How much is our cash flow? 100. Multiply with PVAF 8% 3 years. 8% 3 years. So it is 100 into 2.577. So if you multiply, you get 257.7. You get 257.7. Can you see? Individually, when you calculated, it is 257.7. When you are using PVAF ka concept, again it is 257.7. But guys, be careful. This PVAF ka concept is applicable only when your cash flows are same. Can we use the concept of PVAF in example number 1 and example number 2? No. We cannot use the concept of PVAF in example 1 and example 2. Why? Because your cash flows are unequal over the life of the project. And when cash flows are unequal, we cannot use PVAF ka concept. I hope this is clear. Now, guys, as I said, when question is silent, we assume the transactions are taking place end of each year. So when transaction takes place beginning of each year, now, so guys, when transactions will take beginning of each year, the question will mention about the same. So can you see here, the transactions are taking place beginning of each year. Say beginning of year 1, you will have cash flow of 80. Beginning of year 2, you will have a cash flow of say 120. Beginning of year 3, you will have a cash flow of 160. 160. Now, guys, I'll repeat again. When nothing is mentioned, transactions will take place end of each year. When transactions will take place beginning of each year, they will clearly mention in the question. Now, 80 will take place beginning of year 1. Beginning of year 1 means today. Today, guys, when you are transacting anything today, there is no time value of money. So today pay, your discount rate will be equal to 1. Always discount rate as on today will be 1 because there is no time value of money. Beginning of year 2. Can I say beginning of year 2 is as good as end of year 1? So guys, end of year 1 ka how much will be your discount rate? So now we know 1 divided by 1 plus r raised to n. That is 1 divided by 1 plus 11% raised to n. That is 1 divided by 1.1 raised to n. So please calculate it. 1 divided by 1.11. So it is 0.9009. So 0.901. Beginning of year 3, which is as good as end of year 2. So press equal to, you get end of year 2 ka discount rate. 0.812. Now multiply the cash flows with the discount rate. Cash flows with the discount rate. This is how we get the present value. I hope everyone understood the concept of time value of money properly. Please do share on the comment section as to how you like this video. We stop here. Bye everyone.